Good day. Welcome to our Bid More YouTube channel. Bid More is a program that equips local small businesses to win contract bids at local, state, federal, and other organizational levels. This YouTube channel is dedicated to training and coaching local and small businesses on estimating and proposal writing. We encourage you to subscribe to this Bid More channel to receive updates, tips, and guidelines so that you are empowered and have the confidence to bid more and win more contract bids. Thank you.
The topic of this Bid More session is Mindset of a Proposal Writer by Tyree Williams. We appreciate Tyree Williams for generously sharing his knowledge, experiences, insights, and practical tips to empower local small businesses to bid more and win more. Enjoy the presentation.
All right, so first up, everything is figure-outable. That is a Tyree Williams word that we love. Everything is figure-outable. Is that correct, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's go ahead and get started. Building a winning mindset at a glance. What do you mean when you say mindset? What is that? What are we talking about?
It seems kind of mystical, kind of motivational-ish, making up words again. But mindset is really just a set of beliefs that shape how you make sense of the world and yourself. So if you apply this concept to proposal writing and cost estimating, mindset influences, and this is why it's so important, mindset influences what you bid for, how often you bid, and your outlook on the bidding process as a whole. So mindset is really highly unconscious. Like a lot of times we act and we don't even realize why we're doing certain actions. And a lot of that has to do with our mindset and the beliefs that we hold unconsciously. It's almost second nature. Mindset influences our confidence. That's a big part of even going out on a limb to answer a solicitation. It also affects our resilience, so our ability to overcome barriers, and also our quality of work. So I asked this question, hypothetical question. So everybody think about this. Is your current mindset one that boosts your confidence, resilience, and quality of work or not? And I think we at different times may have different levels of confidence, resiliency, and quality of work. So if your mindset doesn't always boost these things, you're not alone. Mindset is fluid, and although we often hold beliefs that limit us, we can build a new mindset that empowers us. So I think a good question for all of us to ask ourselves is, what are some beliefs that empower us? And then also, what are some beliefs that hold us back? So I want everybody to kind of think about that question. Think about the thoughts that you have that may hold you back, but also the ones that may empower you. Many times we have thoughts like, I never did this before. I never wrote a cover letter. I never did a capability statement. I've never submitted a proposal before. Things like those types of beliefs, if left to themselves, could limit you. But having different beliefs that empower you, like, I never wrote a proposal before, but I know that I have what it takes to be able to write a proposal and win a bid. I never wrote a proposal before, but I know I have the ability to start. I have the ability to submit my first proposal. Even if it doesn't get selected, I can learn from it and present the next proposal even better. So really intentionally understanding ourselves and our mindset and our beliefs is super important and foundational to actually winning bids.
All right, thank you so much. And I think you're right. Fear, basically what you're saying, fear is a big stronghold on a lot of us that, we're afraid to do things, but being able to change our mindset with that. So thank you for sharing that information. So I guess that leads me into the second question, which is, why is mindset important?
Awesome. Thank you for that question. And I did touch on it briefly. I want to go a little bit more in detail about why mindset is so important. So let me share a few pointers as to why everybody should spend time intentionally building our mindset. And I say intentionally, so it's not something that we get to during our day-to-day. We should intentionally do things that build our mindset, and we'll talk about that a little bit later. But why is it so important? So your mindset or your beliefs. So if you hear me say mindset, you can interchange that with a set of beliefs or your beliefs. But your mindset or your beliefs influence your words, and your words influence your actions. Your actions influence your habits, and your habits are, or what you repeatedly do, influences your destiny. So let me repeat that. So basically, the things we think about, we speak, the things we speak, we eventually do, and the things that we do repeatedly become our destiny. So mindset really begins the whole action process. The process of acting in any way starts in your mind, starts with your thoughts. So in this way, your mindset can either hinder or facilitate your decision to respond to bids and how well you write your proposals. So winning bids really starts in the mind. That's why it's so important.
Thank you for sharing this information. Okay, so now we have a better understanding of what mindset is and why it's important. So that leads me to the next question of, how do you build a winning mindset?
Awesome. Thank you. Excellent question. And I've been asked this question a couple times, and my response is always that it's an individual journey with many paths. So everybody has their journey to building their mindset, but there are sets of skills and tips that you can try, see if they work for you. If they work for you, then incorporate them into your life, into your mindset. 7 of my favorite tips. First tip is to develop a strong why. So when I say develop a strong why, your why is why you're actually doing something. So in the case of writing a proposal or answering a solicitation, you must, if you want to be successful, have a really strong why, because your why provides your focus, provides your motivation. So it's the reason why you're actually responding to that solicitation. So if you're responding to that solicitation and it's not a strong enough reason, when you face barriers, which you will, you're more likely to give up on whatever you're doing, whether that's writing that proposal, submitting that proposal, whichever step you're in. So you got to have a really strong why, something, and also be able to look at that why often, or at least come back to it, recall it in your mind often. When things are tough, difficult, you can remember that why, and it'll keep you going. Next is evaluate your expectations and challenge your thinking. So by that, I mean really intentionally understand your thoughts. Think about your thoughts. It sounds crazy, but the more you can understand your thoughts and your mindset, the more you can overcome barriers that your thoughts and your mindset pose to you. So if you understand that you have the mindset that I've never written a proposal before, then you have the ability to kind of counter that mindset. You have the ability to say, hey, I've never written a proposal before, but I can learn how to write a proposal. I can write proposals and get better at each time I write a proposal. I can do my research to find out more skills about proposal writing. I can get a coach, and I said coach louder because we have awesome coaches that are at your service to the JSEBs. So really being able to know how you think and the beliefs that you have that are limiting you gives you the ability to overcome those limiting beliefs. So the next thing is create SMART goals, plans, define your success or what success looks like for you, and look at it often. So I think the biggest tips that I have is just creating SMART goals. And by SMART goals, I just mean goals that are measurable, attainable, time-bound, realistic. So basically really specific goals. One thing about goals that I like to mention when I talk about goals is that besides being SMART and being really specific, time-bound, so that you can reach them, if you have a goal that is difficult for you, think about chopping that goal down into smaller mini goals, which usually makes it easier to get going. Because a lot of times we have goals, but we don't have action. And a lot of times it's because those goals are too large. We haven't really created a smaller focus as to something that we can accomplish without it being too difficult. So if it's too difficult, if the goal is too big, more than likely we're not going to act. So chop it down into smaller goals. Also having plans, strategic plans, as to where you want to go with your business. That really goes into your why as well, because that's going to determine if you will respond to solicitations, what types of solicitations you'll respond to, and whatnot. So if you don't have a focus, you don't have a strategic focus, strategic plans and goals, it's kind of like you're wandering around in la land without any focus, which is going to make it a lot harder to act. And then also look at them often. So look at your goals every day or as often as you can, because it really brings you back to that focus as to what you're trying to achieve. And I'll skip the next one and say, do at least one thing towards achieving your goal. And that's why the reason why I skipped it is because I said, look at your goals often. So if you're looking at them often, try to do at least one thing every day towards achieving that goal, no matter how big or small that thing is, especially no matter how small it is. Just try to do at least one thing towards achieving your goals. And the one that I skipped, create accountability mechanism. So if you think about accountability, it kind of pushes us forward. All have different personalities. Some of us have personalities where we act. Some of us have personalities where we're more in that procrastination range. But no matter where you fall, creating an accountability mechanism helps you to stay focused. It kind of creates that burning platform, or it creates just that if you were being chased by a dog, it kind of keeps you moving. So that accountability mechanism, whether that is a person that you meet with on a particular basis to kind of provide updates, whether that is your team at your small business to provide updates, we need an accountability mechanism to kind of keep us on track. So that's a good thing to keep us on track. Next, proactively plan for setbacks. So there will be setbacks. I say always, when you are even looking at a solicitation to bid on a project, think about the setbacks, think about the barriers to that project before you even decide to answer that solicitation. But even after you've answered that solicitation, you still have for setbacks and how you're going to overcome those. And the last thing, expect, which kind of goes hand in hand with the previous point, but expect success to not be a straight line. And I know we all know this, but success will never be a straight line. So one really important thing is developing grit, tenacity, and just continuing to go for what you want, continuing to write proposals until you succeed.
Thank you, Tyree, because of course, if you bid more, you win more. So we want to keep that mindset in mind. And I believe you have maybe some key takeaways. Did you have any key takeaways that you'd like to share with them?
Just three things that I think kind of sum up what I was talking about. Three things that to try to remember. The first is mindset influences your ability to win bids big time. So if your mindset is not right, it's going to be more difficult to win bids and to get business. Secondly, this is kind of like my success equation. So your mindset, developing and building a strong mindset, plus having really specific goals, plus hard work, because you can never forget about work. Hard work equals success. And then the last thing is just mindset is fluid. So remember that no matter where you are, and this really goes to like growth as well, no matter where you are, you have the ability to grow in your mindset, in your proposal writing and estimating skills, and your business skills. So never forget that mindset is fluid and growth is fluid.
Thank you for making the time to watch this Bid More presentation. You will use this knowledge, insights, and tips in your future bidding activities. Remember, Bid More is a program that equips local small businesses to win contract bids at local, state, federal, and other organizational levels. This YouTube channel is dedicated to training and coaching local and small businesses on estimating and proposal writing. We encourage you to subscribe to this Bid More channel to receive updates, tips, and guidelines so that you are empowered to have the confidence to bid more and win more contract bids. Please kindly leave us your comments, questions, and suggestions to improve future programming for the benefits of many. Make it a fantastic day.